Hi, my name's Ali. I'm a physio at Sydney Advanced Physio and I would like to talk to you today about how to set up a car. So we get a lot of patients who come in and they find that their back is sore and it's aggravated by sitting in the car. So there are a few tips that we can show you to decrease the likelihood of this happening.
So when you set up your car, you need to make sure that your hips are as high as they can go, really, because most cars, even though that this is the highest that this car, which is a four-wheel drive, which is better than most cars, can go, this is as high as it goes, and my knees are still higher than my hips. And so when you've got a lot of neural tension or a little bit of a pain in your back with some dysfunction, putting yourself into this position with your knees higher than your hips can really wind things up. So what we've got here is actually a bit of a seat cushion. So these are specially designed, usually in a wedge shape, to just boost your bottom up. Sometimes when you pull the handle up to change the height of the chair, some chairs will tilt forwards, which is a good idea just to get your bum a little bit higher. I often find that the arch support, for example, in this car is actually really low in my bottom, so it's actually going to tuck it under rather than support my lumbar area. So having a rolled up towel or a lumbar support roll, ask your physio, can support you into a good position while you're driving. You also don't want to be too far back in your seat because you're going to have to end up rolling your back into a big curve and you'll probably end up sticking your neck out. When you're setting up your car, how far you are away from the steering wheel, you want to be able to reach the pedals quite comfortably, but you also want to have like a little bit of a crook through the angle of your elbow. If you're too straight, you're going to be reaching forwards, which is going to tighten up through your chest and give you a sore neck. But if you are too close, then you're going to put your whole back out of work. So you don't want to be doing this either and being all stiff. When you're setting up the backrest, what you want to make sure is that it's about 80 degrees. Make sure you're not too far forward, pushing you forward, or too far back. Have a little bit around. So another thing that people complain about when they've got back pain is getting in and out of the car. So a way to try and decrease the amount of pain that you're experiencing is to not twist and rotate so much. So you can use your leg muscles to help you to come round to sit on the side of the car. Sometimes you don't have this to put your feet up on, but you're essentially trying to get to the edge. So without too much of a twist through your back, try and keep your pelvis relatively level or untwisted through your lower spine. You want to try and get yourself into this position so that you can lean forward and rock through your nose. So you want to rock forward and push through your bum muscles, keeping your pelvis area level. So if you pull with your arm muscles, if you pull or you push or you rotate to get out, you're creating a really big torsion through your lower back. So you can try and decrease this by trying to sit on the side of your chair and seeing if you can get a rock forward, because that's going to decrease the amount of twist and activation through your lower back.
So hopefully you found this useful. If you have, please share with your friends, and if you have any questions, please comment below.